What's up, guys? Mainly Hockey Cards here, and today we're looking at all 50 Young Guns from this year's 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2 Hockey. I will give an investment potential letter rating from F to A for each card. In general, I see Fs as cards to stay away from, Ds as players with limited to no potential for value, Cs as players that are on the fringe of having more value, but look more like depth players, Bs as players that have increasing potential but may have inconsistencies or uncertainties, and As as players that are the highlights of the product and have the highest potential value ceiling. It is important to note I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence and research before investing in anything or anyone. 2023-24 Series 2, let's get underway. Connor Bedard gets the first A++ in channel history. I have not given a rating this high ever, and Bedard has been nothing short of sensational since joining the Blackhawks. He is the number one player in this class, plain and simple. He is a generational talent through and through. Giving an A++ here allows for other players to receive A's as well, as they could potentially be great players, but just aren't on the same level as Bedard should be. Damien Giroux is not a generational talent. He's actually in the ECHL right now. He is 23 and did get one game last season, D-. Tyler Angle has had 4 years in the minors and doesn't seem to be progressing, D+. Waltteri Merela has 1 goal in 19 NHL games, a decent season in the AHL, however already 25 years old, C-. Maxence Guenette is a 22-year-old defenseman who has put together 2 good seasons in the AHL, nothing to show for in 2 NHL games, C-. Jackson LaCombe is a 23-year-old defenseman who has 9 points in 50 games for a basement-dwelling Anaheim Ducks team. He has shown some potential, but the market does not help, C-. Clay Stevenson is a 24-year-old goalkeeper who has been nothing short of spectacular in the AHL, but has not seen NHL action just yet. Keep an eye on him, C+. Nick Swaney is a 26-year-old right wing that puts up modest AHL totals, D+. Joel Teasdale is a 24-year-old forward putting up lowly totals in the AHL and is on an AHL contract, D. Ty Emberson has been a welcome surprise for the horrifically bad San Jose Sharks. 10 points in 28 games as a defenseman, but the market really hurts him. Still some potential here, C+. Stanislav Svozil is a 21-year-old defenseman putting up a modest AHL rookie season, has a great history of success at other levels, C. Alex Laferriere has 16 points in 55 games for the LA Kings as a 22-year-old after dominating the NCAA last year. A really hard-working player that has shown some real promise and could work his way up the lineup with time, B-. Matt Murray, not to be confused with Matt Murray, is a 26-year-old goaltender in the Stars system who has been decent this season in the AHL and has 1 shutout in 1 game in the NHL this season. You never really know what will happen with goalies, C. Mackie Samoskevich is enjoying a solid first full pro season in the AHL with 32 points in 40 games. A 21-year-old forward with offensive talent in an exciting organization. We'll go with a B-. Ty Cartier is a 22-year-old forward for the Seattle Kraken with a modest 15 points in his NHL rookie season. The expectations were sky high from last year's playoffs, and while he hasn't met those, should still have a promising future, B. Emil Andre is an undersized 22-year-old defenseman with a lot of offensive upside as a puck mover. Interesting to see if he takes a larger role with the Philadelphia Flyers sometime soon, B-. Luke Philp is a 28-year-old forward who has missed the entirety of this season due to injury. While he did have a career year in the AHL last season and was rewarded with 3 NHL games, I really don't see a lot of potential here. Prove me wrong, C-. Leo Carlsson could very well have been a first overall pick in many other drafts, just not this past one. A high-end talent who has put on an impressive 22-point campaign in his first NHL season. At just 19, he should be a premier first-line player for years to come, A+. Hugh McGinge has a sick name, and for that, we are big McGinge fans at Mainly Hockey Cards. However, his offensive totals leave a lot to be desired, and I think that he maxes out as an AHL forward, D-. Matt Tompkins is a great never-give-up story for the Lightning, but hasn't been great for them or AHL Syracuse, At 29, time is of the essence, D+. Justin Sourdif is 21 and has put together a good AHL campaign with a few NHL games under his belt. Nothing too much stands out, C. John Beecher is a 22-year-old forward that has put up 7 points in 39 NHL games this season. He is back in the AHL and has not looked great, C-. Hardy Haman Akhtel joins Hugh McGinge in the sick name club, but again is not showing a lot of promise. A great defenseman in the SHL, but has struggled transitioning to the North American game. At 25, time is ticking, and I can see him going back across the pond if things don't get better soon, C-. Zach Benson has 17 points in 46 games for the Sabres this season. Great numbers for an 18-year-old, and very well could be a first-line type of player in the future. I like Zach Benson a lot, A. Walker Duehr is a 26-year-old winger that hasn't found the same success he had last season, but will continue to get looks even as a late bloomer for a Flames team that needs more life, C. Uvis Balinskis is a 27-year-old defenseman who has had a good start to his North American career, but is already 27, D+. Mikhail Putia is a 22-year-old centerman that is having a modest start to his North American career, going about a half a point per game in the AHL. Still time, C. Matthew Patra had 15 points in his first 33 NHL games as a 19-year-old before getting sidelined with shoulder surgery. Looks to be poised to become a threat for years to come in one of the most passionate markets in the league, A. Bobby McMahon has been a late bloomer at age 27, but has 17 points in 33 games this year for the Leafs, B-. Tristan Luneau is a recently turned 20-year-old defenseman who tore up the QMJHL last season and has 3 points in his first 7 NHL games, but plays for the Ducks, C+. Michael Kesselring is a 24-year-old defenseman for the Coyotes with 12 points in 39 games. The Coyotes market is on the upswing, but I don't think it moves the needle much here, C-. Fraser Minton is a 19-year-old forward that has had a meteoric rise over the past year to a prospect that Leafs fans are very excited about. He is a physical player that likes to shoot the puck, and it will be interesting to see what next year looks like, A-. Samuel Nazco is a 21-year-old defenseman in the Blue Jackets system. His offensive play has regressed since last season, C-. Lucas Condada is a 26-year-old centerman that looks to top out as an AHL depth forward, D+. Artur Silovs is a Latvian goaltender in the Canucks system that has put together decent totals across the board. At just 22, I think he has some raw potential here, B-. Kevin Korchinski is a 19-year-old defenseman and has 10 points in 52 games for the Blackhawks. I think you're going to see a whole lot of Korchinski to Bedard in the future. A. Billy Sweezy is a physical 28-year-old defenseman in the Blue Jackets organization that I don't think has any potential left. F. Pavel Mentyakov is the headlining defenseman of this product. He has been terrific for the Anaheim Ducks this season with 23 points in 45 games. A. Ryan Shea is a 27-year-old defenseman that looks most like a 7th defenseman gap filler or a solid AHL defenseman, D-. John Ludwig is a 23-year-old defenseman that looks like a depth option, D+. Hunter Shepard is a 28-year-old goaltender that has not done too well in 4 NHL games, but backstopped Hershey to a Calder Cup last season. And as we know with goalies, you just never know. But at 28, time is ticking, C. Dmitry Voronkov is a 6'5", 240-pound, 23-year-old winger that likes to shoot the puck. 15 goals and 28 points this season for the former KHL star. I think he could be a 30-goal guy in the near future, but he does play in Columbus, B+. Ilya Solovyov is a 23-year-old defenseman with limited offensive upside, but could be a fine depth defenseman, C-. Damon Hunt is likely a depth defenseman, but is still just 21 years old, C. Nicholas Montepallo is a 25-year-old defenseman that is likely a depth defenseman at most, D. Connor Zary is 22 and has 29 points in 48 games this season for the Flames. I think he's a dark horse young guns in this set that will be largely overshadowed and undervalued, A-. Mason Larai is a 6'4", 23-year-old defenseman that looks to be finding his stride this season in Boston. 9 points in 30 NHL games, great market that loves their young talent, C+. Mark Del Gaizo is a 24-year-old defenseman having a career pro year. 3 points in his first 5 NHL games is unexpected, but a nice surprise. C. Raphael Lavoie is a hulking forward in the Oilers organization. He hasn't been all too impressive at the NHL level, but I do believe he has tools to further develop into a good depth scorer. B minus. Checklists are checklists are checklists, but this one has Bedard, so C. Overall, I think that the price right now, this box is going to be Bedard or bust. A lot of the higher potential players, I think we're going to wait on for a bit for their potentials to be realized. As always, this video took a ton of time and research. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Here's an overview of the entire class. It will also be listed down below in the video description. Enjoy Series 2. Peace.